Hello, lovely learners. Welcome back to ALifeLearned. First, I'd like to apologize for the big hiatus between this video and the last one that I put out. Um, First, I delayed just because I wanted a little bit more information to offer in the next video. Then I sort of lost my internet. It's a long story. Um, 2 weeks without net sucks. We'll just put it that way. But moving on. So the major progress that's been made would be that I've come upon, I think I mentioned in the last video, but I've come upon a group of people who have been trying to actually pursue a class action lawsuit against ODSP since November. I'm now a part of that group, and I've learned a lot about the progress that they've made, and the main struggle is basically trying to find a lawyer. They haven't found a law firm that is willing to take the case, basically. One of the barriers, of course, is payment. We're all on ODSPs, so we need to ask them to basically do the case pro bono in a sense, or until money comes out of the case, they need to be willing to wait, so to speak, which is not exactly how lawyers do. But in that sense, if you guys know any lawyers, law firms, or have any suggestions on ways to find one that would be willing to take the case, we would be ever so grateful, because that is about like the first main step to actually being taken seriously by the provincial government, and them like considering our issues valid, is having a lawyer be willing to pursue the matter. On that front, though, I'm still weighing my options. With the struggle with finding a lawyer for the class action, I figure I'm also going to equally have a struggle finding a lawyer if I go on my own. But I also can't help but to feel that because there's like a lot of different issues raised in the class action, all valid, and I'm mostly trying to focus on ODSP's structure around making requiring people to work in order to earn a decent amount of money, being ableist and discriminatory. So like there's a lot of issues with ODSP. That's just the main one I'm pursuing right now. And so I haven't really decided if I'm just going to pursue that as a private case. And then, because like basically if you do that, if a lawyer finds it like valid, the issue valid, then they have to change it across the board for everyone. And I think the difference is with a class action suit, there's like, they're looking for, how do you say, compensation for the suffering, which again, valid, but I just can't help but wonder if I'm only pursuing this case, or the fact of things being discriminatory and having that changed, if I might have a little bit more success getting it moving forward. So in that sense, I also need to find a lawyer if I'm going to pursue that. So again, if you guys have any suggestions, that would be nice. As you might recall from past videos, I've already pursued the Ontario Legal Society and like Pro Bono Ontario, and like all free options for advice, most useless. So not looking in that front, really genuinely looking for someone who can handle the legalese, like the legal side of things, and represent. So that's the big challenge right now, and it does really make it feel like it's staling out. But you know, just because it's moving slower doesn't mean it's not moving at all. I'm still gonna continue to pursue it in that sense. What was the other thing I had learned? Oh, well, I guess another thing to just share is that I finally got a response back from the Minister of Employment, Disability, and all whatever, that stupid position that Trudeau made. And it was really pathetic. It was just like, I still haven't responded to it because it was so, I felt disrespectful to receive it in a sense, because it was literally just like chunks of copied and pasted sections from web pages. Like that's what her representative sent back to me. He didn't even format it all into the same text. There was absolutely no personalization about the email whatsoever. So it's just like, well, thanks for the lip service. I can Google too, jerk. So in that sense, the ministers have not been super responsive. So they don't consider the issue valid right now, which is frustrating and a problem. But again, not stopping, just exploring options. There's still no question that the structure of ODSP is discriminatory. It just is. But how to pursue getting people to actually pay attention to it and structure the story in such a fashion that it's accessible to those not experiencing this, still a challenge. So if you guys have any suggestions, do let me know. And as a final thing, one of the main things that they're trying to do with this class action group, they don't want to expand the group any further, apparently, because we haven't actually found a lawyer, so they don't want to get people's hopes up. But they're trying to gather together people's stories from ODSP, like people who have had just issues trying to navigate the system, trying to get on the system, trying to just be heard and have their needs met. So if you have any stories associated with struggling with ODSP, please do let me know in the comments, or just straight up send me an email with the file or with your story, because that is a way that you could really, really help us. The more stories we're able to compile and get together to send to different lawyers and to different news groups, the more attention we can get to the whole matter, because real life experiences and real life stories obviously vary in their unique details, but they show a common trend of issues. So yeah, I can't offer to invite you guys to the Facebook group because, like I said, they're trying to keep it small, but a way that you can definitely contribute is by sharing your stories and your experiences. So please do email those to me. And otherwise, if you have any thoughts on different ways to go and ways to find a lawyer, please, please, please share in the comments, because I am all ears. And otherwise, please do join me again next week or sometime soon, where I try again to share a little something I've learned or experienced in life.